guess for you, how different is this fall camp than what you did at Purdue? As far as we're hearing from everybody, this team is together, great chemistry. Everybody realizes that this could be something special. How different is this for you?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of the day-to-day, to be honest, like football life is football life. I mean, early mornings, late nights, but in terms of practice, I mean, the intensity is amped up. Just guys are flying around, and obviously the level of competition is a step up, and just love competing.
What's it been like with Tom Allen out there on the mic?
Yeah, I mean, he's the best. Nobody is a better motivator than him. I mean, he's a guy that you want to play for, that you want to get to the ball for, and that, you just want to make plays.
Talk about football life. We heard from Jeremiah, Alexander, Peter Woods, TJ Parker that there was kind of a movement to get in and work out at like 4:40 in the morning, 5 a.m. What do you remember from that? I mean, was that different? Did it ever kind of surprise you in that?
Yeah, I mean, I loved it. I was all for it. That was just something that we did the whole off season, and then the further along we got, just more and more guys started showing up. That extra 30, 45 hour early just to get their body right. Make sure you're feeling yourself and just putting ourselves in the best position possible to go out and perform. Because at the end of the day, we're athletes, and we got to take care of ourselves and put ourselves in the best position to make plays.
I think Peter Woods kind of describes you as a robot at ACC kickoff, I guess, because the way that you prepare and train like that, I guess. What do you think about that comment? What is it about you yourself that kind of makes you go out and just perform and just train that way?
Yeah, I mean, that's a high compliment coming from a guy like that, obviously. I would say the same thing about him. I mean, he's a complete freak, as you guys know. I mean, there's some things that he can do on the football field that a lot of people can't. And he's just as hard of a worker off the field. And, I appreciate that from him, and I'd say the same about him.
He said that, it's like you're made in a factory. And I think I heard previously people at Purdue called you like a Terminator. Is do you get the robot thing?
Yeah, I've gotten a few things. Just blessed by God to, have some talents and, grew into a big kid. So just going out there, have fun.
What is it like playing next to a player like Peter and playing next to guys like DeMonte and some of the dogs you have at defensive tackle, and then playing opposite TJ Parker? How does that affect your mental? Seeing a lot of double teams last year, I'm sure you'll see some this year, but knowing that you've got a superstar lineup next to you.
Yeah, I mean, it just brings a whole another level of confidence, just stepping up to the line, knowing that we have guys like that are going to, be nightmare fuel for offensive coordinators and offensive lines, around the country, and they can get after it, and I'm just excited to put it to the ACC this year and just have some fun.
Obviously, a lot of people talk about TJ and you at defensive end. Who are some of the other guys behind you feel like have developed a lot or have shown potential, I guess, this last spring and this fall?
Yeah. I mean, a young guy, shout out, is Darian Mayo. He's doing a lot of great things. Works his tail off. Just has a ton of upside. High effort guy, and he's going to be a dude.
Is he a guy that you can help? Because he's like you. He's got those long levers. Got that height. Are there ways that you can help him?
Yeah, I mean, 100%. I think a lot of the times when we kind of break off, into our little pairs, we kind of go together just because of those similarities that we can kind of see things the same way in terms of our height and our length, and kind of visualize the game in a similar way in terms of our pass rush and just things like that. But yeah, 100% a guy that I think we can bounce ideas off each other, and a little give and take there.
What's the biggest difference between West Lafayette, Indiana, and Clemson, South Carolina?
It's not all that different. It's been great, the weather recently, but the heat, obviously. This killer down here. We don't get humidity like that up there, but other than that, small town, blue collar, I love it.
What was your favorite venue to play in the Big Ten?
I would say Michigan at night. Nothing quite like Mr. Brightside with the lights are out and everyone's got their flashlights out. That's pretty sweet.
Is there any road trip on the schedule this year you're looking forward to in the ACC?
I'd say Louisville, mainly because that's as close as I'll get to home. So going to be a lot of people there at that game, and that should be a fun one.
You started envisioning yet what it's going to be like week 1, night game, in LSU? Or?
100%. I mean, since we got that slot at night, it's hard to think about much else when you look forward to the season with that being game 1. I mean, that's just so exciting, and you can just visualize yourself coming down that hill with 80,000 people, and music's blaring. Pumped for that.
Have you guys started preparing for LSU, and if so, I guess what you kind of see early on?
Yeah, I mean, we've looked at them, but right now I think we're just focusing on us. Getting better each and every day. I think that's a little bit more down the road, but I mean, we've peaked forward, but nothing extensive.
Looking at a lot of your film from last year, you were either getting double teamed, or you have a tight end come and chip, or a back come and chip. You're having to fight through multiple layers, right? Here, Peter Woods might draw a double team, TJ Parker might draw a double team. You already kind of celebrating, like, might have free reign for the first time in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, just knowing that we're going to get a lot of one-on-ones just because of the pieces that we have up front, it's really exciting. And just when you got one-on-ones, you got to win them, you got to dominate, you got to win your matchup. So it's going to be exciting to, get to compete in that facet.
And I'm sure you line up on different sides, but do you mainly go up against like Blake here?
I mean, we mix it up. Nothing in particular. We kind of like to work both sides and just be prepared to be.
What do you see out of Blake and Tristan?
Yeah, I mean they're two unbelievable players. I mean, getting to compete against them, like nothing's gonna make you better than playing against a guy like that each and every day. I mean, those guys are elite players, unbelievable workers, and I just know iron sharpens iron, and we're all going to be better for it.
What has Tom Allen conveyed to you as far as run defense goes so far early into camp?
Run defense?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously that was a big emphasis. I think coming off last season, the biggest things for us are takeaways, tackling, and effort. Those are the 3 pillars, and I think effort is a lot what goes into run defense, and then just being gap sound, mentally sound is the biggest thing, and I think we're off to a great start.
I talked to TJ Parker about this at ACC kickoff, but Chris Rum said that I like to hit flies with hammers because it shows all the other flies that I would do that to the best players. Like, what has he been like as a coach, and has he ever kind of hit you with the hammer?
Yeah, he's he'll snap on you every now and then. Yeah, I mean he can get intense, but I mean you got to love it. Like he wants nothing but the best for you, and it's different when you know where he's coming from. He just wants you to be better, and you just got to take it and apply it.
I don't know if you want to say exactly what he said, but what was kind of the tone? I guess what happened, and kind of what was the tone of what he was saying to you?
I mean, I wouldn't get into any specifics or anything, but yeah, he can get pretty amped up.
Do you feel like you kind of, because you wanted to transfer to Clemson this next cycle, I guess, do you feel like you kind of just immerse yourself fully into Clemson? Do you feel like you're a Clemson Tiger?
Yeah, I mean, 100%. Getting here early in January was, I think, a big part of that, and just getting to find my place on the team, and just getting to know the guys a lot better. I feel super comfortable now. 100% feel like a Clemson Tiger, and I love it.
What did it mean to you to have a school like Clemson reach out and be interested in you playing here?
Yeah, when I got in the portal, to be honest, it wasn't a thought. Clemson, like I never was a thought to me, especially because of the history with the transfers and everything. But getting that FaceTime from Coach Sweeney was a pretty cool moment. Definitely caught me by surprise, and here I am. So.
Anybody else for Will? I will. Thank you.